Hi everyone, once again welcome back to my channel. So most of them have asked me to make a simple basic plan for working professional or college students or housewife so that they can prepare for UPSC CSE 2022. So keeping all your questions in your mind, today I will tell you how to make a good and a simple routine to prepare for UPSC CSE 2022 in stepwise manner. So before telling you the strategy or before telling you the routine, I would like to tell you one thing that this routine will be helpful for those aspirants who have already covered their 40 to 30% of the syllabus and who have already have a basic knowledge on NCERT books, optional and standard books. Because if you see the if you see the date of prelims, it is given on June 5th and we have nearly 7 months of time. So for a absolutely beginner and for an working professional who is about to start their preparation, this plan will not work. So what I would suggest you is, if you are a beginner and watching this video, please skip this video. It will not help you and don't waste your time, because this video will only help for those aspirants who have already covered their 40% of syllabus and who are working. So moving on, first let's see how you should start your plan in a stepwise manner. So the first step is, you have to maintain your time. That is, you have to know what time suits for you for studying. For example, if I am working professional, the first thing what I would do is, I will calculate how much time I am assigning for each task. Like, I am giving 10 hours of time for my work and 1 hour of time for other activities like eating food or bathing, whatever it is. I'm giving 1 hour of time, and for sleeping I'm giving 7 hours, and for studying I'm giving 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours of time. So in the same manner, you have to know what time suits for you for studying and how much time you are giving for your each task. So after this, the second step you are supposed to do is, you have to know the syllabus very thoroughly. That is, as I said, this strategy will work for those aspirants who have already covered this syllabus, 40% of syllabus, and you are already familiar with the syllabus. The one thing here you have to do is, you have to divide the syllabus into main specific and prelims plus main specific. So here what you have to do is, make two columns and write prelims plus mains common subjects, and in the other column write mains specific subjects. So here if you see, international relations, political science, geography, economics, history, governance, science and technology, and environment and ecology are common for both prelims and mains, but the syllabus may be different, but they both are common. And for mains, if you see, it is world history, ethics, essay, society, disaster management, security, optional. So this is main specific. So after you have divided the syllabus, the next step you have to do is make priority list. So what is this priority list? In this priority list, the first thing you have to do is, you have to make three priority lists. In the first priority list, you have to finish most important and most scoring subjects. Like in ethics, essay and optional, you can get good marks if you work hard for it. So first priority is set ethics, essay and optional. And the second priority, you have to set subjects that are high scoring, that are getting good marks, and that are common for both prelims and mains. So if you see the previous year question papers, you will easily get it. So here in the second priority, what I have given is, I have given polity, geography, economics, history and governance. So this is my second priority. And in the third priority, you have to give focus for main specific topics like world history, international relations, society, disaster management, security. So this is my third priority. Like this, make priority list, and according to this priority list, you have to study. And now the next step is timetable. So this is the most important and this is the most essential step you everyone should follow. So making an ideal timetable will help any aspirant to smartly finish their syllabus in very short time. So as I said earlier, we have just 7 months for prelims. Here what I'm doing is I'm dividing this 7 months into 4 plus 3. That is, in the first 4 months I'm concentrating on my mains and prelims plus mains topics, and in the next 3 months I will read my prelims specific topics. So here what I'm going to do is, for the first 4 months I will make a brief schedule. Like, in the first 2 months I will complete my world history, ethics, geography and essay. In the next 1 month I will complete my international relations, society, disaster management and essay. And in the next 1 month I will complete my security, science and technology, environment and ecology, and along with this I will complete my economics as well in this next 2 months. So this is how I have divided my 4 month schedule. So depending on the syllabus and depending on how many subjects you have not covered, make a time monthly timetable. So once you have decided your subjects, then you have to make a daily timetable. Like, here I am giving you ideal timetable. This is not the original one. You can modify this on your comfort level. So I have woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and around 5 a.m. what I'm going to do is I will wake up, I'll fresh up, and I will do mild exercises. After this, from 5:30 to 6:30, in 1 hour gap, I will revise whatever the topics that I have learned previous day. So once I have completed my revision from 6:30 to 7:30, I will read small GS topics. For example, as I said, the first 2 months I will read world history, ethics, geography, and essay. In world history, I'm taking American Revolution today, and I can complete that topic in 1 hour. In that manner, take one subject and search topics which you can cover in less amount of time, and that topic should be very important in prelims and mains perspective. So once I have finished the topic, the next thing is I will get ready and I will start for my work. So once I have reached my workplace, after reaching my workplace, I will get at least half an hour to 45 minutes of break. In that break period, what I will do is I will read my editorials of the newspapers. So every day I will try to utilize that break like that, and every day I will try to cover my editorials in the office itself. So once I have returned from work after relaxing, the next thing I will do is I will dedicate one another hour for my GS paper, and here I will read small topics which can be covered in 1 hour. So once I have finished this, then I'll have my dinner, and the last thing is I will give 2 hours or 1 hour of time for my optional. So this is how I will follow the schedule from Monday to Friday. If you want to follow this schedule, you can follow. Otherwise, you can modify the schedule and you can make your own schedule. Now, coming to Saturdays and Sunday, as I don't have work, I can dedicate for 10 to 12 hours for studying. So here what I will do is, for 1 hour I'll read my newspaper, and for 3 hours I'll give optional. After that, for another 3 hours I'll revise whatever that I have learned in this 5 days. That is from Monday to Friday, whatever I have learned, I will revise in this 3 hours. So once I have revised, again I will give another 3 hours for my GS paper, whether it is world history or ethics or geography, whatever I wanted to read, I will read in that 3 hours. After that, the last 2 hours, I will practice answers. For example, I will write essay, or I will write ethics answers, or I will even practice um, prelims, that is MCQs, or whatever I wanted to do, I will practice answers or questions in the 2 hours. So this is how I will maintain my Saturday and Sunday schedule. So I hope you have understood how to make a rough timetable. And once I have finished my 4 months of schedule, then for the next 3 months for prelims I will make another schedule exclusively. Like, here I have included ethics, essay, security, world history. In the next 3 months, what I will do, I will include only prelims syllabus, that is like geography, history, politics, economics, and I will read that subjects in the 3 months. So this is how one should follow the timetable, and one should make timetable if you are a working professional or housewife or college student. So I'm again telling you that this timetable is just a model timetable. You can modify this timetable on your comfort level, and if you want to follow this video, if you want to follow these tips, you can follow. Otherwise, skip this video. I'm telling you this because for this video or these tips will be helpful for only few people, because make doing work and preparing for any exam will be really difficult. If you have that zeal, and if you want to crack any exam, and if you have that desire, then you have to work hard, and you have to follow some guidelines. I hope you have understood what I'm telling. And if you people are stubborn, and if you want to follow this schedule, I will tell you four things that if you want to get successful, and if you really want to clear this exam, the first thing is try to cover large amount of syllabus in short time. And next thing is, whatever timetable you are making, try to make that timetable as a routine, like breakfast or lunch is a routine, right? In the same way, try to make that timetable as a routine. And the next thing is, stay away from social media until and unless you feel that you want to get some knowledge, then only use social media. Otherwise, try to be away from social media. And the last thing is, keep your priorities. As I said earlier, priorities are really important. Whenever you are studying any subject, try to read the subject based on your priority, and don't cover whole syllabus. Try to cover the syllabus in a smart way. Try to cover only the important topics first, and if you still have time, then cover other topics. For example, if you see previous year question papers, there is no question from post independence. So I think, according to me, you can skip post independence. If you have time, you can read it later on. First thing is, you try to cover the topics, try to cover the syllabus which have high importance. Once you have completed that, then only go to the other subjects. So I think you have understood what I'm trying to tell.